Hey fellow gamers, Chatty Sisa here. The Summer Game Fest and the Future Games Show 2025 brought us dozens of new reveals, trailers and updates. But instead of listing them all, I just want to focus on the ones that really caught my attention. The ones I'll be keeping an eye on here on the channel, and of course the games we are already following. Let's start with the world premiere of the Expanse Osiris Reborn, an Unreal Engine 5 action RPG by Owlcat Games. And if that name sounds familiar, it should. They're best known for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous and Rogue Trader. And now they're diving headfirst into one of the richest sci-fi universes out there, the Expanse. From the looks of the trailer, it feels very much like Mass Effect, but it has that unmistakable gritty Expanse tone and story. I've only seen the first 2 seasons of the TV show and didn't read the books, but I believe it's more than enough to grasp the setting of this universe. Thomas Jane in the TV show was great as Miller, and I admit I have a soft spot for the guy. His unconventional style of investigation into a missing woman led to the discovery of the so-called protomolecule, an alien bioweapon that caused mass death in the spaceport on the asteroid Eros. This is what we could see also as this weird blue glow corruption effect in the game's trailer now. So let's talk a bit more about the game itself. It's set across seasons 1 through approximately the middle of season 3 of the TV show, or the books 1 and 2 if you have read those. You play as Pinkwater security mercenary stuck on the Eros station when all hell breaks loose. There's chaos, quarantine and a huge conspiracy. When I compare this to the TV show, this would be probably before Miller arrives. In this game, you'll create and customize your own character, and you can choose if you want to be an Earther, a Martian or a Belter, and you will take command of a top-tier spaceship. Again, this setup is very similar to the Mass Effect games, where you had also multiple choices in the character creator to set up your main protagonist's background. It's interesting to see how those original Mass Effect games influenced a whole lot of other game developers and also players of sci-fi RPGs. Inevitably, many new games will be compared to that groundbreaking series. The Osiris Reborn game focuses heavily on choices, relationships, and how pressure affects leadership. We're speaking here about personal loyalty, hidden motives, and crew dynamics that evolve as the story unfolds. Combat is third-person, tactical, and fast-paced. You issue real-time squad commands, use cover, gadgets, and special abilities. And 2 of your companions will fight by your side while others support from the background. It's all about adapting and making decisions under pressure. This sounds again very familiar to the Mass Effect players. Exploration looks just as promising, with locations like the Gardens of Ganymede, the slums of Ceres, and Mars's political centers. The world reacts to your actions, the choices matter, and secrets wait to be uncovered. And based on the official information, you may even cross paths with familiar characters from the books or TV series. The Expanse Osiris Reborn doesn't have a release date yet, but it's definitely on my radar. Now, Mafia: The Old Country was part of the Summer Game Fest lineup, but unfortunately, no new gameplay. Just a fresh trailer. I would have really preferred to see something more in-engine at this point. We're getting close to the release, and the lack of more gameplay showcase at this time is a bit concerning, and I'm wondering whether it might not have an impact on the pre-orders and wishlist numbers. Nevertheless, it's scheduled for August the 8th, and I'm really looking forward, so fingers crossed we'll get something more concrete very soon. As for other games we cover on this channel, there was no info on Horizon, Exodus or Dawnwalker. So the third Horizon game is still kind of in limbo, but since I'm just now studying Forbidden West, no complaints here from my end. Exodus has a strangely quiet marketing, while we get now this new Expanse game trailer that could potentially be a huge rival on the sci-fi games market. Which makes me wonder when we'll get to see something more from the Exodus game than the initial trailer and clips. Blood of the Dawnwalker was also absent, which is a bit surprising since the Summer Game Fest would have been the perfect stage for another teaser trailer or maybe some gameplay to drum up more hype. But just as the weekend neared its end, they've released on their YouTube channel a new trailer. It is showing some pre-beta in-engine footage with some gameplay. It's showing how the vampires took over the rule and forced the Vale Sangora people to be just docile cattle as per the words of Cohen himself. We can see Cohen's attempted turn into a vampire and how he became the vampire's nightmare, a Dawnwalker. He is drinking blood in the trailer and is also able to walk on vertical surfaces, which will be the vampire traits he gets through the failed attempt. There's also clearly a fight visible with Xante in the vid, so this looks quite interesting. There's great music with heavy Witcher 3 vibes, and the voice acting is fantastic. And at the end of the trailer, we can see that there is a gameplay reveal event coming on June 21st. So if you are looking forward to this game, this is a date that you should mark in your calendar. So those are my highlights, plus a few titles that were oddly missing from this year's Summer Game Fest and the Future Game Show. Let me know if you watched both shows and what you thought about the games that we've seen. I wonder if the Expanse, the Osiris Reborn game, was on your radar, or which other trailer got your attention. And are you also looking forward to other games that didn't show up? I'll continue to keep an eye on those games here on the channel, including the previously mentioned Bond game First Light, and will definitely post some thoughts on any new developments. For the moment, I'd like to thank you all for watching, stay tuned and game on!